Hello and welcome, Exiles, to my new addiction, trading with Faustus and the currency exchange market. I didn't really realize going into this league how much I would like this mechanic, but I have to say there's something very satisfying about being in a map, farming gold, and then seeing Faustus' name pop up. Faustus has completed an order, and it's like this little dopamine hit, and it reminds me of probably my all-time favorite PoE video by Seth. I'm going to give you a little clip that gives you a feeling for how I feel right now.
Standard for trading. The main point of Path of Exile isn't the creative builds, the metagame, or the challenge of getting to max level. It's trading. I sit here all day, plugged into PoE trade, and I flip shit.
That is just a clip from the video. I'll have a link to this video in the description. But the point is, I've been trying out the currency exchange market in terms of a way of making money, buying something for like 20% less and selling it for 20% higher. There's something about the current trade system where it's just like you can go to the regular trade system and buy something at whatever the market rate is there, but you have to message 20 people before you get one guy to respond. You have to go to the person's hideout, you have to put the currency in, you have to take the currency out. There's a lot more steps, a lot more clicks. And you have to tell yourself, is that worth doing, or would I rather just pay a little bit of a premium just to get my order right away and then move on and make more currency while playing the game? Because time in PoE is worth currency, and a lot of time, the amount of time it takes to do all those extra steps is, quite frankly, more expensive in time than what it costs the extra currency to just have the trade instantly. Now, I made a few examples here. Don't look at the gem cutters. This is one of the examples I was going to try, but I think the rate has changed for gem cutters since I tried doing gem cutters last night. So I tried a couple other different ones I haven't done before, and these are some war runes I just need to sell. I have, what you see here is lesser rune, or lesser eldritch currency, which I sold for 160, where I sold 100 of them, and then I bought 100 of them for 120 chaos. So it's a 40 chaos profit between these two trades. Or I have time runes here, where I bought 10 of them for 300 chaos, and I sold 10 of them for 400 chaos. And there's Annulment Orbs, where I bought 5 of them for 25C, and I sold them for 35C. These are all trades that happened within... I just was setting up for this video. I did this in about, I want to say, 15 to 20 minutes, where I just picked a few random currencies. I was like, let me try trading these. And the idea is simply, we're spending gold and turning it into profit, because most of these sales happen like one by one. A lot of times there's people where it's like you just need one more of one thing to be able to finish what you're working on. Like, say, for example, you're doing implicits on your weapon or on your gloves or on your helmet or whatever. Maybe you just need 10, you'll buy 10, and you say, would I rather go through the process of messaging 5, 10 guys to buy 10, or would I rather just pay an extra 2C, have it right away, and then just go and start putting it on my gloves? The thing is, a lot of these trades, they happen over a lot of small trades, but because you can just set it up right away, you're not taking the individual trades. It's all just happening via the currency exchange. And a lot of people, myself included, am a very big fan of this. For example, a lot of times I'm buying something, I know I'm paying a premium, and I am very happy to do it. And this is also a scenario where there's a lot of currencies that people just aren't trading or aren't buying and selling just because they're not as high volume. And it's like you get to one of those items and you're like, dang, there's not somebody selling these right now. I'm going to have to wait around and be, twiddling my thumbs. And it's a scenario where hopefully more people start interacting with the currency market and it starts getting more, smooth in terms of things you can buy. So I'm making this video in hopes that more people start checking out different currencies that they can trade, start trading in divines. By the way, divines are a lot better in terms of gold fees. So if you start buying and selling things in orders of divines, it'll cost you less gold, but also those trades, I don't think as many people are doing gold divine trades on the market. So we'll see if that starts being a thing or not. The other limiting factor is the currency exchange. You can only have 10 of these trades open at once. So for example, if I had like infinite amount of gold and I wanted to dominate the whole market, I could only really manage 5 random currencies where I'm buying and selling it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where I can't simultaneously set up trades for every single currency and just make margins on every single thing. I now have to manually change it every single time a trade completes. I have to take the currency out. I have to put the currency back in. There's some time involvement there. So I'm making this video to encourage you, if you don't necessarily like the league mechanic and you have a bunch of extra gold, this is a good use case of where you could just make a little bit of extra currency while you do other things, where you set up the currency trade. You say, I want to buy this. I want to sell this. This is the currency I have. So for example, you go put in your, say, put in the time runes we just bought. We bought 10 of them. We could go and we could say, we'll sell them for 400C or whatever it is, right? List this trade, and then over time, as you play the game, this will get sold, and then eventually, when it finally finishes the whole trade, by the end of it, you'll get the ding that says Faustus has completed your currency exchange, and you could boot up, and you could take this money and trade it or whatever. Technically, there's also the other aspect where you could take the time to go sell certain things on the trade, and then go and sell some things on the currency exchange to try to do some sort of hybrid variation where you're trading sometimes in person, sometimes not in person, etc. But that's kind of up to you, what you want to try, what you want to do, etc. All I'm doing is trying to show you that there's a lot of currencies here, and you can simply go through and figure out what you want to work with, what you want to trade, and try to target a resource of buying and selling, and probably something along the lines of a 20%, buying it for 20% lower than the current market rate and selling for 20% higher. That sort of thing will net you trades over the duration of this, and give you a decent amount of chaos per your gold spent. The thing is, this is a pretty big gold spender, and because of it, I last night wasn't able to pay my people in King's March because I spent all my gold throughout the day trading like a degenerate. I will say, it has netted me some currency. There's also some scenarios where I haven't successfully, I've like put in the reverse of the margin I was supposed to do, and then I just canceled all the profit. And I've also put in, you can also put in things where say you pick a bad rate, right here. Right now I'm trying to buy gem cutters at 150C per one gem cutter, or 1.5 per one. This rate just isn't really buying. This is probably too low, too greedy of a rate. And this thing cost me, I don't know, 5K gold or whatever to set up. So it cost me a decent amount to just start this trade. And this thing might not complete at all. And that's just 5K gold down the drain. As gem cutters are going up or going down, they might be getting more expensive, and then I might never make this buy, etc. So hopefully this gives you a good idea of a way you can make some extra currency in PoEs. You could do some flips via the currency exchange, may help make it a little bit more liquid for a lot of those miscellaneous currencies for other people. Provide a little bit of a service for the instant trade while getting yourself a little bit of margin on terms of chaos orbs or divines or whatever it is you're trading in. And in the process, you have something to spend your gold on. If you don't want to spend it on regrets, if you don't want to spend it on King's March, here's just another option. I like it a decent amount for currency making. I've done it so far, I think, the past day. And over the course of the past day, I think we made about 2,000 chaos from it. Just pick a random currency. And my main advice would be try to avoid things that are very high in terms of tax on the gold. Because if there's something that costs a lot of, like, you want to make sure you're factoring in how much chaos am I getting for how much gold am I spending, and try to equate that to some level of value. Like, you don't want to spend 50,000 gold to make a 5C profit, because that's a lot of gold, takes a while to farm, and most likely King's March will give you more value back from the shipping mechanic than just 5C for 50k gold, if that makes sense. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video going over the currency exchange mechanic, or the idea of trying to buy and sell items. And until next time, best of luck on your trades. Take care, Exiles. I will be making an update video to this character. I've been working on some upgrades for it, and that will probably be tomorrow. Thanks for watching, Exiles. Bye. Have a good one.